Now, I can't save my family by running. This is our home. This is our fortress. This is where we make our stand.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am collecting madness. There's always madness in love, and we love collecting. Alright guys, we're back with another Hot Toys unboxing, this time being one of my personal favorite movie series, that being Avatar, and this happens to be Jake Sully from the second film, Avatar: Way of Water. Guys, I can't tell you how excited I've been to get this one in the collection. I'm not going to spend too much time here on this part. If you are new here and you are as mad as I am about collecting, go ahead, head down there and smash that subscribe button. And while you're down there, hit the like button, as I do have a goal of 5,000 subs right here on the channel. So if you don't want to miss out on any new Hot Toys or anything like that, please highly consider it. Alright guys, so here we have the front of the box, and you can just see how massive it is compared to my hand. This is probably one of the biggest Hot Toys figure boxes that I've had in a while. It is very reflective. You can see an image of Jake Sully right there on the front, the nice detail that is on his blue skin. Avatar right there on the front, Jake Sully. We have some Pandora life going on in the background, the forests of Pandora from the second film. The side of it has really nothing. Back of it, more of that Pandora wrapping around and glossiness. Same thing on the side. And this box happens to be a slip cover. Guys, this box is super beautiful, super vibrant, and reminds me exactly of the film. So once you get that slip cover off, you can really see the window of the figure underneath, and he is in fact the full size of this box, and that just makes me even more excited. This thing has so much weight. More of that Avatar. This looks like water splashing in towards the middle with a little bit of their tattooing tribal symbols that go all over. We have some banshees flying around in the Avatar logo with water. This is super gorgeous. And then we have more of that on the side of this box and then the front. So here you can see, guys, I have the clamshell out. I've had to open this thing so many times off camera because it's so massive, and I've been super excited for this figure. As I said, I loved the first film. I missed the first Jake Sully, and so I was super happy when Hot Toys decided to do another one from the second film. And of course, when you do a second one, you know what that means. Better proportions, better paint apps, etc. So let's see. So far, he feels super solid, super heavy. And guys, I'm digging this. Holy crap. This guy is huge. And first impressions, he looks incredible. I'm going to get everything out here, and then we're going to talk about everything he comes with and go over Jake himself. Alright, so here are all the accessories that come with Jake Sully himself. Starting off with the axe, it has a very rugged paint style application. You can see it looks a little bit rocky, like it was carved out of something, and the natural materials of Pandora, as if it was like rope and leather and made from the place itself. This does come apart so that you can attach it to the back of him, and you'll see that later on in the video. Next up, we have his little knife. This thing is very pointy. It is in a plastic. It is painted very metallic and looks really cool in this gunmetal. Again, more of that custom home looking wrap with a little simulated rope there on the bottom. This looks very rugged, looks very cool. Next up, we have some extra wrist pegs. And because we have wrist pegs, of course, we have hands for them to go with. And each of these hands have some vein work, some bones, and they do have that tattoo style that all the Avatar have in Pandora, and a little bit of that blue paint application and speckling on the skin. It is very nicely wrinkled, and you can see some fingernails there for each one. So we have like an open style hand, more of a relaxed hand, or to hold the gun, and then a trigger pulling hand here. Next up, we have a grenade here, and this pin does not move. It is painted in a flat green metallic color. It's more darker on the bottom here, and then you get like this kind of rusted brown looking, like to make it look like it's metal. Green up there on the top. There may be a little bit of chipping and scuffing to make it look more metallic, and then the back, and this will just slot into the pocket on Jake himself. His last weapon here is this rifle, and I think this thing looks wicked. More of that rope style there, some wood grain texture with some holes there on the stock. We got a scope here, more weathering here on the grip. The barrel just looks nicely weathered and chipped up a little bit. It does give a good effect of looking metallic. It is spring loaded here for the side, and then it does come with a clip, which in my opinion is super cool. You have a little bit of bullet details there, and the tips of the bullet are blue. The rest are painted in a nice metallic gold, and this basically just slides right into the gun itself and slides back out. So this is really cool. Next up, we have the acrylic rod and the waist clamp that goes around it. Thankfully, there's not too much soft goods that'll damage it, but as always, you still want to be careful with these waist clamps. This figure is plastic, and I'll show you where I'll mount that later on in the video. And then the acrylic clear rod. I really do like these. They kind of give that translucent effect, like he's standing on his own. A lot of the bigger figures come with it. It doesn't bend and get in the way, so I really enjoy this. Next, we have the eyeball rolling tool, because this figure does come with purrs, so you can use this tool, or because the sculpt is big enough, you can stick your finger in there and move the eyeballs around. Now, the whole reason I got the deluxe was for this base, this beautiful, gorgeous Pandora water style base. You can see it's got some nice two-tone colors, from yellowing to light blue to a darker blue of the ocean sand floor. All the beautiful colors and plant life of Pandora, and the best part is it lights up via USB. So I'm going to take my cable that I have here right now, plug it into the back, and hit the switch on, and just like that, this base comes to life, and it is super vibrant. I mean, look at the color and the detail of everything. I believe it has a couple different modes, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there's a halfway point. Okay, so you get this mode if you go to the left, where it looks like each of these pieces are kind of alive and blinking or slowly breathing. I personally love this effect. Or you can go all the way to the left and just have it completely lit all the time. Regardless, however you decide to do this, it looks beautiful. Okay, and here we have Jake Sully himself. Starting off with the torso, you can see that paint application of the white and the tattooing of the skin. Hot Toys did a very good job of this, and I know some people complained about the visible joints and him looking like an action figure. Yes, that may be true, but at the same time, when you bend these out of the way, it's very hard to tell, especially at that angle. That joint is no longer there and provides that much more realism. But what was Hot Toys supposed to do? If they did an all silicone body, it may have gotten damaged over time. I'm not too mad about the route that they went with. I think he was built solid, and he feels very good in the hand. He has a great amount of weight, and like I said, the paint applications are just incredible. So, like I said, starting off here, you can see the texturing of the skin and that tattooing, the vein that goes down the bicep. You have this wrapping around his arm. Again, more of that home style kind of look, as if everything was made from Pandora, and the feathers. You got his sheath for his knife to go into. You have these ammunition pouches for more ammunition to be filled with, or food or whatever he wanted to store in. The axe attaches into the back of this. He's got this nice green camo vest on. The grenade goes up in here, and this is all like a soft, durable fabric. There's no pleather here. This is all sculpted in plastic and feels really nice. More of that sculpted plastic roping around the bicep there. His gauntlets has this wrapping and weaving around as well, and this is all rubbery sculpted plastic. This isn't pleather. This is like a soft good material. It feels like it'll last over time. Some actual string, soft good here, very, very thin, just fabric tassels that drape down. This, I actually don't know what this material is. It doesn't feel like pleather, but it feels like a thin mat. Like if you've ever had a kid's mat, that's exactly what that feels like. More of that on the back with actual string, and then we have his tail, which is sculpted plastic as well. It does have a wire in it, so you can pose it however you would like, and the tail at the end is sculpted in plastic. Next up, we're going over his head sculpt, starting with these neck pieces. He does have the voice communicator as well as this necklace that he wears. You can really see Jake Sully's likeness in there. I really love the way this looks. That texture in the hair looks super incredible. You got the braids that go all the way down, and they're all sculpted plastic. They are a little bit pliable, as you can see, so it shouldn't get in the way of posing. It is on a split neck. You do have a earpiece that he will listen to and communicate with as well from the communicator, and then you do have the fabric tassel here, piece of hair that plugs into their banshees and also plugs into the tree of life like in Pandora. And this is really cool because you can just put it wherever and it doesn't really get in the way. It's made out of wool or just nylon. It's just simple hair. It's nothing too fancy, and then it's rubber banded at the end there. Just wrapping up on Jake Sully from Hot Toys from the movie Avatar: Way of Water. Guys, I'm super happy he's finally in the collection. I long waited for this figure. It was a day one pre-order. I'm super shocked about how big he actually is in person. Like, it literally took me by surprise. Compared to the little figures that I got from Disney, which were like the average 12-inch. Now, granted, I knew that the avatars were way bigger than normal people. However, I wasn't expecting something this massive, at least in figure form. I knew he was going to be big, but I guess you just never really know until he's in person. As far as that goes, there's not much negative, again, I could say about him. Maybe the posability of this guy, they could have done a little bit more better things, but since they were going for exposed joints, I can kind of understand, hiding a little bit more of that. And so when you do that, you don't get as much posability. Me, I'm personally completely fine with that. I think he brings such a presence to the display, and for me, that's what I wanted to capture anyway. When I look at this, I look back and think to the film and think about how much joy it brought me, especially when I ride the Flight of Passage or Way of Water when I go to Pandora in Disney World. With that being said, I love the paint applications of this guy. I love the texturing of this guy. I love the tailor, like the little clothes that he does have, and especially that base. My goodness, that base, when it's lit up, it is super gorgeous, and I can't wait to get it all into display. But that'll do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did creating it, again, head down there, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notifications so you don't miss any videos. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next one.